Good morning, students. I am your computer teacher Shilpa Chauhan. Today we are going to start part 2 of lesson number 7, Introduction to QBasic. Now, handling data in QB64, constants and variable. Now, what is data? Data is a collection of facts and figures that are entered into the computer through the keyboards. Okay, data is nothing but the information. Now, data is of two types, constants and variables. Now, let us see what is constant. Data whose value does not change or remains fixed during the execution of the programs are called constant. Okay. Now, what is constant? A constant is a quantity that does not change. Fine. For example, just consider one example, 4x. Okay. So here 4 is the constant and x is the variable. Now here 4 cannot change. Fine. So they are called the constant. Whereas variable like x, y, z, a, b, c, all these are the variable. Fine. So variables are of two types, numeric constant and character constant. So what is numeric constant? These are the numbers that can be integer or real constant. They are used for mathematical calculations. Now integers are whole numbers and can be positive or negative number. For example, plus 10, minus 20, 3, 0. Okay. Now real constant. Real constant are the numbers with fractional parts. For example, 2.5, minus 6.7, like this. Okay. Now character constant. These are characters but can also contain numbers. No mathematical calculations can be performed on character constant. This can be single character or multiple character string. Okay. They are written within double quotes, that is the inverted commas. For example, in double quotation, welcome. Fine. In double quotation, A means whatever character you want to write or string you want to write, you just write within double quote. Okay. Now variable. Now what is variable? A variable is a name that represents location in computer's memory which store the values. Value of the variables are not constant and may change due to some calculations during the program execution. A variable name indicates the type of data the variable store. So here also variable means what? A variable is a representation for a quantity which can vary. Okay. So variables are also two types, numeric variable and string variable. Now what is numeric variable? A numeric variable holds only numeric values, that is integer and constant, for arithmetic calculation, that is plus, minus, multiplication, division. Okay. This cannot contain space or special character. Special characters are like dollar, percentage, ampersand, okay, multiplication sign, opening bracket, closing bracket, fine, at the rate. All these are the special character. For example, A is equal to 10, B2 is equal to 5. Okay. Suppose you want to write any alphabet, okay, and you want to give some space. For that you just use underscore sign, like A underscore 1 is equal to 0. Fine. Now second one is the string variable. A string variable holds one letter or set of letters of an alphabet, digit and special character. String variables always end with the dollar sign. Okay, the values assigned to string variables are denoted under the double quotes. String variables are also known as alphanumeric variables. For example, $a is equal to, in double quotation mark, welcome to QB64. Another example, ABC is equal to, in double quotation mark, Q basic. Okay, here the string variable $a and ABC holds the value welcome to QB64 and Q basic. Okay. Now operators in QB64. Now operators are special characters that are used to perform mathematical operations, make comparison and also check logical conditions. They are categorized as follow. There are three types of operators in QB64: arithmetic operator, relational operators and logical operators. Okay. Now let us see the arithmetic operator. Now this is the table for arithmetic operator. First one operator is plus. Okay. Now to add two or more number, we are using plus operator. Okay. For example, a plus b. Here the value of a is 8 and b is 4. So a plus b, 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. Subtract means minus. To subtract two or more numbers, we are going to use that minus sign. Okay. A minus b means 8 minus 4. Result is 4. Okay. Multiplication. To multiply two or more numbers, a multiplied by b, for example, means 8 multiplied by 4. Answer will be 32. Division. To divide two or more numbers, a divided by b means 8 divided by 4. Result is 2. Then exponential. Okay. So to calculate exponential value, a exponent 3 means what? Exponential means what? Raised to the power. Okay. So here 8 raised to the power 3 means you have to multiply 8 3 times. 8 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 8. So you will get 512. Okay. Now mod. Mod returns the remainder after the division. So a mod b means what? 8 mod 4. Okay. So 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 4. Okay. What will be the remainder? Remainder will be 2. Okay. So this is what the arithmetic operators. Now hierarchy of operators. Hierarchy means what? Priority of operators. Okay. We have studied in mathematics that when there are multiple operators in a single expression, the operators are executed according to the priority of the operators. Okay. So similarly in QBasics also sets the priority of the operators for mathematical expression. Okay. So we use the rule of BEDMAS for the hierarchy of operations. Like this is nothing but the precedence of operators. For example, first one B. B represents the bracket. Okay. So in any expression, the expression inside the bracket is solved first. Second one is the exponential. Exponential means what? This will be performed after bracket. Okay. Third one is division. Okay. So multiplication or division, whichever of these occur first in the expression first is executed first. Okay. Now addition and subtraction. Addition or subtraction, whichever of these occur first in the expression first is executed first. Let us see one example. A is equal to 25 plus 4 multiplication in bracket 6 plus 2. So according to the BEDMAS rule, first the bracket will solve. Okay. So here 6 plus 2 is 8. And after bracket, multiplication or division will be solved first. So here multiplication, like a is equal to 25 plus 4 multiplied by 8. So 4 multiplied by 8 is equals to 32. So a is equal to 25 plus 32. Fine. So our final result is 57. This is what the hierarchy of operators. Next one is the relational operator. Now here operators are given. First one is the is equal to. Okay. To check the equality between two operands. For example, A is equal to B. Fine. Consider the value A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 8. So here 10 equals to 8 is not equal. So the result is false. Okay. Now the second one is not equal. So to check the non-equality between two operands. For example, 10 is not equal to 8. Yes, it is true. So you will get the result true. Third one is the greater than sign. Okay. Now to check whether the first value is greater than the second value. So 10 is greater than 8. Yes, it is true. You will get the result true. Now fourth one is less than. To check whether the first value is less than the second value. So let us see example. 10 is less than 8. No, it is false. Now greater than or equal to. To check whether the first value is greater than or equal to the second value. So 10 is greater than or equal to 8. Yes, 10 is greater than 8. Less than or equal to. To check whether the first value is less than or equal to the second value. So 10 is less than or equal to 8. No, it is false. 10 is greater than. Fine. This is what the relational operator. Third one is the logical operator. Okay. There are three types of logical operator. And, or, not. Okay. So and operator. For that, let us see one example. X and Y is true. If both X and Y are true, you will get the result true. Okay. I have prepared one truth table for and or not. Okay. We will understand it properly. Now truth table for and. Okay. X and Y are the variable. So if the condition is like true, you will get the answer true. If the condition is true, false, you will get the result false. If the condition is false, true, again you will get false. If the condition is false, false, you will get the result true. Okay. So in AND operator, it checks that both conditions associated with it are true. Then and then only it produces true result. Okay. Now let us see the OR operator. Now here, when both conditions are true, the result will be true. When true, false, true. When one condition is true, another is false, then also you will get the result true. When false, true, then also you will get the true condition. When the both conditions are false, you will get the result false. So in OR operator, it checks that at least one condition associated with it is true. Then it produces the result as true. Okay. Now the last one is the NOT operator. Now it checks the condition associated with it is not true, means false. When the condition is false, then it produces the result true. Okay. When the condition is true, then it produces the result false. Okay. For true, the result will be false. For false, the result will be true. Okay. These are the logical operators. Now, let us see the QBasic statement. So, the first statement is print statement. Okay. So, here the statements are always written in capital. Fine. So, first of all, see the first print statement. So print statement is used to display the output of the program. So to display any message, enclose it in double quotes. Whatever message you want to display on your output screen, for that you have to write down that message in double quotation mark. Okay. And to display the value of any variable, write the variable name without the quotes. So the syntax for print statement is print in double quotation mark message. Whatever information or message you want to display, that you have to write down in double quote mark. Okay. Or print variable name. Fine. So let us see one example. Print good morning. Now I want to display that good morning on my output screen. So for that I will write that good morning, that message in double quotation. So x is equal to 5. So print x. Okay. So whatever message you want to display, that you have to write in front of print. Okay. So x is equal to 10. Print value of x. Okay. Now here you will get the output. Like this will print good morning. On the output screen you will find the message good morning. After that 5, and after that value of x is equal to 10. Okay, this is what the print statement. Now another 3 statements are there. CLS. CLS means what? Clear the screen. Okay, and CLS is used to clear the output screen. The output generated by previous program is cleared from the output screen by using the CLS statement. Okay, or CLS command. Second one is the REM statement. Now here REM statement is used to input a remark or a comment into the program code. This statement does not execute. It only provides additional information about the program. Suppose I'm doing the addition of 2 numbers. So for that I can use REM statement and give the remark addition program. Suppose I am doing a multiplication program. Okay. So for that I can easily give the remark for that program as multiplication program, like that. Okay. And last one is the end statement. The end command indicates the end of the program. Okay. So let us understand the commands, okay, by using one example. Now every program start with CLS command. Okay. Now CLS command is used to clear the output screen. Okay. So the output generated by the previous program is cleared from output screen by using the CLS command. So next one is the REM to solve a mathematical expression. Now here remark command is used to inform about the program code. Okay. Now here mathematical expression is going to be solved. Okay. So for that we can use REM command. Okay. Now the third one is print command. Print, the expression is 10 plus 3 multiplied by 12 by 4. Okay. So here to display the output screen, whatever message or information you want to display on your output screen, for that you are going to use print command. Okay. Now C is equal to 10 plus 3 multiplied by 12 by 14. Okay. 12 divided by 4. So this to display on the to calculate the value of C. Here we are going to calculate the value of C. Then we want to display the answer, that is print answer. Okay. Then print C. Print C means what? You want to display the answer for C. Okay. So here to display the value of C on the output screen. And last one is the end statement, that is the program ends here, and you will get the answer 19. Okay, so this is what all about the program. In this way we finish the chapter. Thank you student, and have a nice day.